Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I need to slow down when I speak. I'm sure you've all said that already. And speaking up as well, Twitches is what we watched today. It is an hour and 25 minutes long. It is from 2000, not an hour and 27 minutes. It is from 2005, and it is starring Tia and Tamara Mowry. You might know them as from Sister Sister, I believe. Yeah, I'm not an expert on twin children comedies, so yeah. Either way, uh, they've made a little movie that's got all sorts of little aspects of involving witches and twins, and it feels, it borrows a little bit from Harry Potter. They're orphaned mysteriously, and they don't know who they're from, but they have to be whisked away when there's a battle happening, and to protect them. And they're watched over for 21 years until they're meant to come together and discover who they truly are. So yeah, there's by the way, I've only realized this now, and maybe it is something that's intentional, or maybe it's just a little nod. But Disney has the Witches of Waverly Place, and one of the sisters lives in a neighborhood called Waverly. So I'm guessing that is an intentional. It's both made by Disney. I think that's an intentional thing. I don't know if these girls show up in Witches of Waverly Place at all. I haven't watched those yet. I did. I think we did watch one movie, but that had one girl fighting herself, Alex versus Alex. I don't know. It's confusing, but yeah, I haven't watched the series or any other stuff like that. If Yeah, but we'll get to it, I'm sure, eventually. So yeah, this is apparently the story of these two girls. It's a comedy. It's very much focused on young teens who might be interested in this kind of stuff. It's not a great movie by any stretch of the imagination. It's got little humorous bits. It's got a good little cast. I like Ileana, Jennifer Robertson. She's got this weird, quirky thing going on. She's one of the caretakers of the girls. She oversees their protection, and it feels like her and what's his face, Karsh, played by Pat Kelly. They watch over the girls as they grow up, and I think their interactions are meant to be improv. I'm not sure, because you get that they're playing off of each other a little bit. Maybe it's all scripted. I have no idea. More than likely, it's all scripted, but it feels like sometimes they're just meant to run with a scene, and then they edit around it. I guess, I don't know, but yeah, they're meant to be the comic relief on top of the comic relief, which is the two main girls here who obviously know, uh, have done television comedy for kids for many years. Of course, it's a Disney thing, so at some point, what passes for comedy does involve them screaming a lot, just going ah when something is surprising or confusing or exciting. It's it's a Disney thing, so there must be screaming involved to evoke an emotion. Sorry. And it's Disney also, so that means a parent is dead. In this case, their father, who sacrificed his life in order to give these girls magical powers and save their lives, while separating them from her family. Of course, you know who the villain is right from the very start, even though they play it off. They act as if it's a big reveal toward the end, and you don't see the villain for like 90% of the movie. This is all very much focused on the girls and how they interact with each other when as they discover who they are, and who they are to each other, and their history, and the mystery of their powers that suddenly start acting up when they're together. Uh, yeah, it's all fairly predictable in that sense. Um, but yeah, what you call it? His name is Patrick Fabian. He's Thanatos, and which is a classic mythological name, but which Thanos is based off of. But he's, yeah. Since if you watched Twitches 2 with us last year around April, well, guess what? You already knew that he was a bad guy. And also, he's great at playing bad guys, like just either rich or snobby or whatever. He has this great condescending tone that makes him the go-to for the bad evil white guy in just about anything he's in. So, hey, if you got that skill, go for it. Go with it. But yeah, so it's nice. It's again, like I said, it has its humorous moments, but it was for the most part for me a grind. But it's not meant for me. It's not. This movie is not made for me. It's not meant to entertain me. It is meant for a very specific demographic, young kids, and who want to maybe they're orphans, maybe they just like the idea of waking up one day and being magical, and going, wow, that would be neat. So yeah, a lot of the comedy comes from them doing magical little pranks on others, and of course the tension comes from them pushing each other away when they need each other the most because they disagree on how to handle their lives. I kind of checked out through part of it, so I know that at some point, even if I had blacked out for the entire thing, I could have told you by Act 2 they were gonna be at each other's throats, or at least separated, so that they can't accomplish and defeat the bad guy. And Act 3 is all about them coming back together and taking him down. So, yeah, the effects are not great, but again, it's probably great for 2005 on the Disney Channel. It's a Disney Channel movie. So, yeah, this is not something I would have chosen myself to ever watch on Disney Plus, but hey, the randomizer chose it for me, and this is what you get when I talk about it. So, yeah, not for me. The girls are lovely, they're talented, but it's just not a great movie for me. So, but if you love it, if you grew up with it, and you just love the girls and you want to support them, well, there you go. You can watch it on Disney Plus. Go for it. So, all right. Well, let's pick tomorrow's. Let's see what happens tomorrow.
473.
Ooh, 473. I kind of know where that is. It's weird when I start memorizing where these numbers tend to fall, but 473. Huh. Oh, just missed a certain one. But we have another movie. We're having a pretty solid run of movies now. I'm not sure what this is. I'm feeling it might be a Disney Channel movie again. But we just missed Sky High. Instead, we're getting Sky Runners. Sky Runners. So, I honestly don't know what that is. You might. But, well then, if you do, let's watch it again together. Me for the first time. Sky Runners on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. That's what we're doing next tomorrow. See you then.